Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of That's All Funny. The show. Oh, that just stopped abruptly. I should have faded it out. Yeah, no, hey, what's up? Another day here of me just dealing with people. I had a customer earlier on the phone, and he kept saying that the company I worked for, I'm not gonna name it, but they kept fucking him in the ass with no lube. He kept saying that like periodically throughout the process of me helping him. He kept well, actually, he went by a her, but it sounded like a dude being gay, but it went by a girl, and the gender said it was a girl, but the name sounded like a boy. I don't know, it was a lot of wackiness, and then the whole, like, thing about the person constantly saying that they were being fucked in the ass with no lube had me thinking that he she was probably a he, but going by a different gender. Which I don't know. It's just it's all wacky, but what can you do? That's America. This is America. Oh yeah, cool. Oh yeah, cool. Let's look at some news here. Speaking of America, Oklahoma student dies one day after fight in high school bathroom. Um, So Tuesday, a 16-year-old Oklahoma student died one day after a fight in a high school bathroom. Uh, the where is it? I know the mom was saying it's because she was getting bullied about her gender. The facts relating to the death is not clear. The more we learn about it, the 16-year-old had been bullied. The mother told the news that the 6-year-old had been bullied at school over their gender identity. It's unclear if the bullying was linked to the death. The student's cause of death has not been made public, and that it was unclear if the fight was related to the death. So, what does that have to do with? I don't know. I don't understand. So, like a lot of people get into fights at schools. We see them on videos. They're great. They're entertaining. Uh, but then this one, they died a day after. They don't know of what, but they're trying to link it to that, and then it's over gender identity. It's like, dude, like we don't know all the facts, but here's the story. Jump into conclusions like it does when it has to do with the agenda. You gotta wake up. Wake up. It's you gotta wake up, but not be woke, because it's the agenda speaking to you. The alarm clock's trying to wake you up, but it's keeping you snoozed. You got to wake up, but not be woke. I don't know, whatever. Speaking of agenda, two men charged with murder in Kansas City Chiefs rally shooting, and of course they're just saying two men. They're not showing the mugshots in the article. But when you go down a little bit more, oh, what do you know? He's black. But that has nothing to do with the agenda again. And apparently, this shooting, it's funny too that they mention it. They were just two dudes with guns. They didn't know each other. They got into a verbal argument. It escalated, and they both fired at each other. So there was no like, oh, we didn't know each other before. No, nothing. It wasn't gang violence. It wasn't uh racial. It was just two men who never knew each other, both happened to have guns, both happened to, hey, let's shoot at each other, and right in the middle of this fucking crowd of people and see how much collateral damage we can do. I mean, I'm telling you, like the news, if this were any other way, they would spin it. So these people, these white people had, or these, you know, this person had a Palestine written all over their fucking. They got Palestine tattooed on their asshole, while singing the fucking Gaza national anthem, uh, while eating Pringles that were haram, and while fucking a fleshlight that had a fucking Taylor Swift's face digitally altered into it, while wearing Apple goggles that simulated Nazi Germany watching on there. They would, I don't know, man. The fucking media is just the media's sick. And I know sick. I'm a sick. You sick fuck. You sick fuck. You sick fuck. Speaking of sick fucks, former parenting YouTuber Ruby Frank and ex-business partner sentenced to prison for child abuse. So apparently this chick, what's her name? Ruby Frank had a YouTube channel where her and her dude had, I don't know, 8 kids. She was a she was some momfluencer. That's what they called her. She had her and her husband. See, here's a picture of him and one, two, three, four, five, 6 kids, right? They had a 2.5 million followers on YouTube, and they would give out parenting advice because they're white people, they're loving. The dude's bald, but he's still optimistic, and they have a lot of kids. Oh, this is wacky. What are we gonna do? We know how to handle our kids. Anyways, so the dude ends up divorcing her, which I guess already kind of ruins the channel, right? Because now they're not a happy family. So she gets with her ex business partner, who is a therapist, and I don't know if they were like romantic or whatever, but apparently, this all came about when their 12-year-old son, or the 12-year-old boy of hers, escaped from her house and was bound by his hands and feet with 2 sets of handcuffs. And he went to like a neighbor and told them that his mother would torture them by putting their head underwater, covering their nose and mouth, have them do chores outside in the heat barefoot. In they said, it says here, the sweltering sun, I believe, the Utah deserts. I don't know. I don't know if it's that hot there. I mean, Texas is pretty hot too, but she would also make them run on the pavement barefoot just for the hell of it. So why? Because why not? Women are just evil. I mean, mothers specifically. Women are evil, but the human race is just evil in general. But mothers are just another form of, I don't know. Like, I'm sure even the devil had a mother. You know, so there's someone higher up on the hierarchy, right? Uh, may you last 30 minutes in heaven before the devil knows you're dead. That's an old, I think that's an old Irish saying. I just like saying it. But yeah. Oh, her sentencing, right? So let me get back to that. She pleaded guilty and said, "Oh, I'm sorry for the things I've done. You know, I'm sorry. I hope God forgives me." Blah blah blah. But she was sentenced to 4 to 60 years behind bars. What the fuck kind of sentence is that? Where it's like, oh, it's either the minimum of 4 years or the maximum of 60. Like, that's some white woman shit right there. Like, oh, I think you might, could change in 4 years, but if you're still bad, you're gonna be in there for 60. And it's just like, what the fuck kind of sentence is that, dude? They're literally like, uh black people that, like, spank their child or cut their hair bald, and they get fucking life in prison and shit. Like, I don't know. This is like some white woman privilege right here. Not that she isn't hot, she's pretty hot. Like, I mean, not hot. She's doable. I'll say that. She's not fucking Salma Hayek and from Dust Till Dawn, but she's doable. Her partner's fucking manly, ugly looking uh whore. But I mean, she's doable at least, so that's probably why she got 4 to 60 years. She's when you're like a 10, you only get uh 4. I don't know. The math works out if you think about it. But oh well, just another mother rotting in jail, right? Anyways, um, here's some news here about Delta, the plane company. They're offering a special 2024 solar eclipse flight in totality path. So you can fly. This flight will depart from Austin and will arrive in Detroit, where you can follow. as close to the path of totality as possible, which I guess is like the climax of a fucking eclipse. Which just sounds real scary. This sounds like a plot to a movie, like when the Malaysian flight went missing. This sounds like if you fly too close to an eclipse, you'll fucking either get superpowers or disappear, or I don't know, like time will move differently. I don't know. It just sounds. It doesn't sound like a good idea. I don't know who greenlit this at Delta. And then also, who wants to fucking go? You're in Texas. Who wants to fucking go to Detroit and get there at 4:20? That's funny. Let's smoke it up. Whoop whoop. But yeah, it's a weird flight. I just don't get. Oh yeah, it's a one-way flight. I want to see the eclipse. We're going from Austin to Detroit, and then what do? Like you're just stuck there in Detroit. You got to fly back. But I got to see the eclipse. Fucking just Google eclipses. Like, and then you're not even supposed to really look at eclipses. They'll give you the Eskimo eyes or whatever fucking that disease. I think it's called the Eskimo eyes. It's probably not called the Eskimo eyes, but you know what I mean. If you're Eskimo, I, you know, that's I can. Eskimo's not a bad word yet. It's like gypsy. It's not a bad word yet. It's getting there, but it's not. It's really not. It's not. Just like the Kansas City Chiefs, you could still say Chiefs. I mean, they want to say it's a bad word, but it's not. It's really not. I don't know why. You should still be able to say sit Indian style, not this crisscross applesauce bullshit. Well, again, it's that woke media trying to fucking wake us up but keep us asleep like the sheep that will not or like the deer. That'll go to our next news here. Speaking of deer, zombie deer disease is spreading, and scientists are concerned that it could jump to humans. So yeah, apparently up in where's that at? In Wyoming, there's 800 samples of deer, elk, and moose going through a disease they call zombie deer disease, which is actually called CWD, chronic wasting disease. What it does is this neurological affliction characterized by a myriad of symptoms such as drooling, lethargy, stumbling, and a vacant gaze has now been detected in 800 samples of deer in Wyoming alone. Uh yeah, I mean like that just sounds like they're getting retarded, but whatever. That does sound scary though. That does sound like a way fucking the zombie outbreak starts like with deer. Surprised this shit isn't happening like in Japan or something, but they do have, other stuff like mad cow disease. And of course that's from what, like cows eating other cow brains and then just like going and crazy. And what's that other one? Like scurvy when you're a pirate? No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm just thinking about the idea of a rat king. Have you ever heard of that? It's like a thing where all these rats tails get tangled and they become like one rat organism. You Google it, Google rat king, and you'll see it. It's fucking weird. It's like it's literally a phenomena. The rat king. It's kind of like Ouroboros or whatever when a snake eats its own tail or whatever. Shit's like weird. Like you know what I mean? It's just it's cool, but it's creepy, but it's weird, but it's also beautiful. But then it's a lot of things. I'm going through a lot right now. But what I'd like to tell you is that's all funny. That's the show. That's all funny. Well, thank you for listening to That's All Funny podcast. Available anywhere podcasts are available. Just search That's All Funny. Check out the other podcast I do with my buddy Gabe called That's All Kayfabe, where we talk about wrestling and other funny shit. You could find that at search That's All Kayfabe. If you want to see video formats of each of those podcasts, check out the YouTube channel if you're already on it. YouTube.com/@Lorenzo Ariola. Like and subscribe and all that gay shit. I also do a live show with the wonderful Mint Salad. ASC presents. We call it Tits and Areolas, where we watch a movie or talk about a movie we watch and then play a game. If you want to see older episodes of that, That's archived on both of our Patreons. If you want to help support the podcast here, check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Lorenzo Ariola. We got older episodes, bonus episodes, early episodes, ad-free episodes. $5 a month gets you everything. Check it out. If you want to buy some t-shirts, prints, or stickers, check out the website, www.retrohorrorinc.com. We just want to commission some great art from a great artist at Retro Horror Inc. on Instagram, the Bret Hart of graphic art. He does all the art for the show. I appreciate all my Patreon members. I would appreciate all my listeners, all the subscribers. I want to thank you for being here, listening. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you. Take care. Bye.